Welcome back to my educational channel Gyan Wizard. I am Ajmal. Today we will learn a very important law, that is the Gauss law. It's very simple but it's very important and useful law. If we place a charge Q at the center of a sphere whose radius is r, we have to calculate the total flux passing through this sphere. Here electric field E is radially outward. We divide the sphere into small area elements. Here we have considered one area element whose value is delta S. Delta S is a vector quantity whose direction is radially outward. Let's find out the flux through the small area delta S. Flux delta phi will be equal to electric field E dot delta S. Electric field due to charge Q equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square into a unit vector r multiplied by delta S. Direction of delta S is radially outward. This unit vector r is also pointing out from the center towards the outward. That means direction of delta S and the unit vector r is radially outward. That means angle between the unit vector and element area delta S is 0. We can write out is Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Magnitude of the unit vector r into the delta S into cos theta. This is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Value of unit vector is 1. Delta S cos theta. Here angle is the 0 and cos 0 is 1. We can write down theta is equal to 0 degree. That means value of delta phi through this small element area delta S is Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught delta S. We have divided the sphere into the small element area delta S. If we want to calculate the total electric flux passing through the sphere, let its value be phi. This will be equal to the sum of the electric flux passing through the all element areas, all delta S, Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square into delta S. Here we have considered a sphere and charge is placed at the center. That means at any point on the sphere the value of the radius will be same. That means r is here a constant. We can take out as Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square summation of all delta S, which is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square multiplied by area of sphere. And we know the value of the area of sphere as Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square into 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square is cancelled out. That means total flux passing through the sphere phi equal to Q upon epsilon naught. That means flux passing through a closed surface. important thing is here, this surface must be a closed surface. Total flux passing through a closed surface is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed inside the closed surface. The important thing is that this Q is the charge enclosed inside the closed surface. And this is known a very important law that is known as Gauss's law. If Q is equal to 0, that means inside the closed surface there is no charge. If Q is equal to 0, then phi will be equal to 0. This implies that the total flux passing through a closed surface will be 0 when there is no charge enclosed inside the surface. That means if the charge enclosed inside the surface is 0, the value of the flux passing through that closed surface will be 0. This is a very important and very useful law. Some important points that we need to discuss here. First point is that this Gauss law is applicable for all type of the closed surfaces irrespective of its shape and size. Second point is where the charge Q is the total charge content inside the closed surface irrespective of the locations of the charge inside the surface. This charge may be anywhere, not only at the center, anywhere inside the closed surface. Third point is this law is very, very useful for calculations of the electric field when the closed surface has some symmetry. The calculation will be extremely simple. Next point is if suppose there are some charges and some of the charges are inside the surface and some charges are outside the surface, then the electric field will be considering the charges inside as well as outside the enclosed surface. But the charge Q is considered only those charges which are inside the closed surface. This is very important when we will apply the Gauss law for calculations of the electric flux for the various surfaces. So these were the important points related to the Gauss law. In next video, we will discuss application of the Gauss law. Hope you find this video useful and informative. Please like it, share with your friends and subscribe to my channel for getting notifications when new video gets uploaded. Thank you very much for watching this video.